Good morning students, welcome. In today's video, we are going to study the next point of direction, that is guideline principle of the directing. In our previous session also, in our previous chapter of the organization, we have seen some of the basic principles to create your ideal organization. It means if you are follow that particular principles, તમે સિદ્ધાંતો જો એમનો ફોલો અપ કરો, at that time you can create ideal organization. But as we have already discussed that, these principles are just a path, just a particular roadmap for you to way to your success. It is not a particular, it is not a milestone to get success. As we have seen in the science, there are some of the basic rules are there. That rules are applicable in all the factors or in all the situations. But the guideline principles of the organization or the guideline principle of the business management is not that much milestone. If you are following that particular principles, at that time your chances to get success increases. But it does not mean if you are not following that principles, you are 100%, you are completely failing in business organization. There were a number of companies and firms are available in the market who just think beyond the expectation, beyond the ordinary thinking, and he gets successful in the market. He will get success in the particular business environment. So these are principles when you are creating your business organization, when you are want to make your business enterprise more sound. At that time you have to follow this type of principles. So to direct your employees, while directing your employees, you have to follow some of the basic principles which included in the direction. The first is given on the page number 7, guideline principles of direction. Guideline principles of direction. On the page number 7, the management science has created certain guideline principles for successful direction on the basis of study, experience, supervision and verification. Following are such main principles from some of the research, from some of the experiences. They created some of the basic principles. If you are implemented that principles in your business organization, there is a more possibility to get successful in your business organization. So the first principle of direction is harmony of objectives. Harmony of objectives. It means in your business organization, whatever level of your business organization, how much employees are working in your business organization, how many powers and directors are in your business organization, that doesn't matter. Only matter is your each and every level, your each and every employee, your each and every director, manager and subordinates only work to get objectives, to achieve that predetermined objective. Say for example, here they are basically talking about the harmony between employees' objectives and employer objectives. The first is employee objectives and જે કંપનીમાં કામ કરનાર વ્યક્તિઓ છે એ બધા, અને એમ્પ્લોયી જે કંપનીના માલિકો છે અથવા જે કામ આપે છે. એમ્પ્લોયર એટલે જે કામ આપે છે અને એમ્પ્લોયી જે કામ કરે છે. As we all know, the objective of both the parties are different. What is the objective of employee? If you are an employee of any company, at that time your objective is to get maximum remuneration or maximum salary. તમે કોઈ જગ્યાએ કામ કરવા જાઓ તો તમારો સૌથી પહેલાનો ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ શું હોય? તો ત્યાંથી વધારેમાં વધારે પૈસા કમાવો. That is the main objective of every employee. And say for example, if you are an owner of any company, તમે કોઈ કંપનીના માલિક છો, at that time your objective is to get maximum profit from the same activities. તમે જો કર્મચારી છો તો તમારે વધારે સેલેરી કમાવાની એ તમારો ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ છે. But when you are an owner of any company, at that time you want to earn more profit from the same activities. And as we can clearly see, these both the objectives are in different directions. બે અલગ અલગ દિશાના જે છે objectives છે. So when you are create organization and you instructed or you ordered work to any particular employee, at that time you have to consider both the objectives of both the parties. If you are ignoring any one party from your business management, this will not give you your this will not give the result as per your demand, as per your wish. In that, the page number 8, the objective with the employees carries out his work, and the objectives of the unit should have harmony between them. It means between your employee and employee there must be harmony in the objective. ત્યાં જે છે સુમેળતા હોવી જોઈએ. harmony means સુમેળતા, ત્યાં સંકલન હોવું જોઈએ. If both of them clash with each other, then the success goes far away from you. If both the objectives does not have harmony among them, at that time you are not achieve your objective, you are not achieve your success as per your wish, as per your demand. Hence there should be harmony between the individual's objectives and unit's objective. If the individual objectives are accomplished, then the objectives of the unit can automatically accomplish. It means when any person's objective is to be completed or achieved, ultimately your unit objective will also be achieved. How? તમારા કર્મચારીઓના જે છે ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ મેળવાય છે અથવા એમની જે છે જે સક્સેસ મેળવવાની છે મળી જાય તો અલ્ટિમેટલી તમારા એમ્પ્લોયરને પણ ઓબ્જેક્ટિવ મળી જાય. This type of sentence is given in this line. So when you are giving highest salary, when you are giving remuneration to your employee as per their work or as more than their expectation, એની અપેક્ષા કરતા વધારે તમે એમને વળતર આપો છો અથવા પગાર આપો છો, at that time your employee will work with more enthusiasm, and your employee are working in your business organization with the honesty. And once your employees are to be honest in your business organization, this will give you more production. You sell that product to the market, and ultimately you will get more profit from the selling activity. There is one sentence given in the business management: mind your man will mind everything. તમે તમારા માણસોને સાચો, તમારા માણસો તમારું બધું જ સાચો છે. So this is the main thing. There must be harmony between the employee and employer. After that, the second thing is given uniformity of command. This principle we have already studied in our previous sessions and in 12th also. તમે 12મા ધોરણમાં પણ ભણી ગયેલા છો, and you are also aware about this principle in our previous sessions also. So the second is uniformity of command. The employee working at any level of administration should get the command from a single officer. This type of system makes it clear as to who is responsible to. It means in a business organization there are a number of employees are working. As we can see in the multinational company, in the big unit, there are a number of employees are working in the business organization. From them, number of employees, if all the employees are getting orders, or all the employees will get instruction for more than one person. Say for example, you can take very easy example and live example. If here you are studying the Bachelor of Commerce in this college, online lectures are provided to you, and to give online lectures, all the subjects are distributed among professors, and all the professors are giving you online lectures. But what happens if these lectures are not given to any one person? એક જ વ્યક્તિને ના આપવામાં આવ્યું તો શું થાય? One chapter is completed by any other person. Other chapter will teach by other person. The first chapter will teach by Pancham sir. Other chapter will teach by me. Then the third chapter is teach by any other person. At that time there is no uniformity in the instruction. Even you are not getting the right guidance from that particular subject. કારણ કે એક વ્યક્તિનું જો તમને ફાવી છે તો એ પણ એક વ્યક્તિનું તમને સમજાય કે બીજા કોઈ વ્યક્તિ, because in this you are comparing all the performance of all the professors, and this is not good. Same for business organization. If there were any employee and he will get instruction for more than two persons, there were two managers are there. Who give instruction to their employees. So in this case, this type of query may arise. This person is responsible to whom? આ વ્યક્તિ જે છે કોને જવાબદાર છે? બે વ્યક્તિએ કામ આપેલું છે એમને અને કોઈ એક કામ નથી થતું અથવા બે કામ નથી થતું, તે કામ ના થવા માટે જવાબદાર કોણ? Who is responsible for not complete that task? These two manager or that employees. This type of mistakes may arise. This type of doubts may arise in the business organization. So every employee should get instruction or order from only one person. Here, on the other hand, if any employee will get instruction from one person only, at that time he is directly accountable for that work. જે છે પોતાના કામ માટે જવાબદાર છે. If he will complete that work, it is right because it is his job. And if he will not complete that job, at that time he is totally responsible for not completing that task. Every one of them is able to know his work area. This helps establish the best method for direction and guidance. If there is no uniformity of command, what happens if there is no uniformity of command? It means if every employee will not get orders or instruction from any one person at that time, then it has adverse impact on employee discipline, which endangers the stability of business. Hence, the following this principle is essential for successful direction. If any person is not given instruction from one person, at that time there is a very high risk to maintain discipline in the business organization. તમારા ક્લાસમાં જો એક કરતા વધારે વ્યક્તિઓ lectures લેવા આવે છે. For example, if two person are simultaneously teaching in this class, એક જગ્યાએ હું અને બીજો કોઈ જે છે પ્રોફેસર આવી અને ભણાવે છે, there is no uniformity in the instruction in the given order. Same for the subjects. If one chapter is taught by one professor, other chapter is taught by another professor, this is also not right way. What is the right way? The right way is when any person started any subject, that subject must be completed that particular person also. Same for business organization. If any person is given any work, that work should be completed by that person only, and he is responsible for to complete or not complete that particular task. After that, direct supervision. Direct relation between the high officer and their subordinates are essential. Personal relation bring best result. Hence, it is essential that the employees get commands and instructions from their immediate officer. That means the commands and instructions should be directly issued. There should not be middlemen for it. The effectiveness of direct supervision is also better. Always better. It means in a business organization, if there is direct supervision or direct connection between the employee and employer, or between the higher level authorities and lower level authorities, this will give you the best result. Say for example, if there were two persons there were two companies. In the first company, you are working, and to communicate with higher level authorities, you have to pass 3 offices. And on other company, if any persons are working there, if he want to communicate with a higher officer, he can directly contact with the officer. At that time, you can clearly see that this company or this employee will get more satisfaction in the business organization. The first company છે એમાં શું છે કે તમારે કોમ્યુનિકેટ કરવું હોય હાયર લેવલ ઓથોરિટીઝમાં, તો તમારે 3 ઓફિસરને પાસેથી ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન લેવાના. તમે જે છે તમારા હાયર લેવલ ઓથોરિટીને કહો, એ એમના હાયર લેવલ ઓથોરિટીને કહે ને એ જે છે ફાઇનલ ઓથોરિટી સુધી પહોંચે. એના બદલે બીજી કંપનીમાં શું છે તો કે તમારે હાયર લેવલ ઓફિસર સાથે કોમ્યુનિકેટ કરવું હોય, યુ કેન ડાયરેક્ટલી કોમ્યુનિકેટ વિથ યોર હાયર ઓફિસર. At that time, this type of communication will give you the best result. So, there is direct supervision in your business organization. If this type of communication is available in your business organization, this will give you the more fruitful result in your business operations. Hence, it is essential that employees get command and instruction from their immediate officer. And this is also important. When you are getting instruction, at that time you must get instruction or order from your direct officer or your immediate officer. Say for example, if there were 3 officers, the final officer or the higher officer will give orders to their subordinates. Subordinates give orders or instruction to their subordinates, and after that orders will reach to you. 3 officer પછી તમારી પાસે order પહોંચેલો છે. At that time, this communication cannot be effective. So, there is a direct supervision must in your business operations. After that, proper method of directing. Proper method of directing. In our next video, we are going to study the methods of directing. It means there are mainly 3 methods are in your books to direct your employees. The first is autocratic method. What is autocratic? Autocratic method means when your employees are uneducated and not willing to do work. At that time, you can use autocratic method. What is autocratic method? We are going to study that in depth. So others will be discussed in our next video. The second method is discussion. This in the discussion method, when your employees are willing to work but they are not ready to take responsibilities and they are not that much educated, at that time you can just discuss whatever the work or whatever the future plan of your business enterprise, and after discussion you can implement your direction method. And the third is a free rein method. The first is autocratic, the second is discussion, and the third is free rein method. We are going to study these methods in depth. So remaining things related to these methods we will discuss in our next video. There are mainly three methods of directing: discussion, autocratic method, and free method, which provides independence to employee. It means whatever the type of your employees, if your employees are uneducated, the autocratic method is best for you. But when your employees are working at higher level authorities and they are very well educated, you can use a free rein method according to your requirement. According to your business enterprise, you can use the method of directing. After that, effective leadership. Leadership is also studied in our previous video. In that, the person directing others should have the qualities of leadership. Only then he can become successful. We can have several examples from the whole world, like Jamshedji Tata, Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, George Eastman, Harvey S. Firestone, and Rockefeller. All these successful industrialists were having effective leadership. It means when you want to give right instruction or order to your employees, the first condition or the first qualities within any manager or higher level authority is the power of leadership. If your leader is not good, at that time your company or your business organization cannot run smoothly. Here you can take example of Indian cricket. For now IPL is running, so you can take example of IPL team. If your leader is good, at that time there is a possibility of getting successful in the match. As we have seen, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the former captain of Indian cricket team, has the very good leadership qualities within him. Same for Virat Kohli and same for other players. Now, in the IPL, we can see there are a number of captains are there who has a good captainship, or we have who have good leadership quality, but they don't have good team. You can take example of any other person. તમે જે છે ઘણી બધી એવી ટીમ્સ હશે IPL ની અંદર કે જેમના કેપ્ટન સારા હોય પરંતુ એમને ટીમ સારી મળેલી નથી. So at that time you cannot get successful because why? Because you are not having good team. Same for leadership quality. If your team is good but you are not knowing how to get work from your employees, તમારે તમારા કર્મચારીઓ પાસે કઈ રીતે કામ કરવાનું, કામ લેવાનું છે એ ખબર નથી. At that time also you are not getting right work from your business, from your employees. After that, information dissemination and interpretation. Information dissemination. What is dissemination? Dissemination નો મતલબ થાય પ્રચાર કરવો, પ્રસાર કરવો, ફેલાવો. તમે જ્યારે ઇન્ફોર્મેશન આવો છો એ કઈ રીતે જાય છે એનું ઇન્ટરપ્રિટેશન કઈ રીતે થાય છે? The person who direct employees should make his subordinates completely aware about their functions, responsibilities, authorities and limitations. Necessary every detail should be provided to them with the required explanation. It means whenever any higher level authorities give instruction to their subordinates, each and everything related to their work, related to that particular order must contain every detail. Each and every detail should be given to their employees, and after that you have to order that person to complete the task. તમે તમારા એમ્પ્લોયી ને જે વર્ક આપો એના વિશે પૂરેપૂરી માહિતી સૌથી પહેલા એમને આપી દો. After that you are asking them to complete that particular task. This will brings you more fruitful result in your business operations. After that, efficient management of communication. So yeah, efficient arrangement. There should be effective arrangement of communication so that thoughts, instructions, opinions and details can be easily exchanged. For this, proper tools of communication are required. It means whenever your employees or your higher level authorities want to communicate with their employees or with their higher level authorities, at that time there must be proper methods to communicate with the business organization. Whenever required or whenever needs, as per your requirement, as per your needs, you have to use the tool of communication. If there is a requirement of highly risky decisions, at that time there is a written communication is advisable, and when there is a requirement of routine decision, there is a oral or formal communication is required to in your business organization. After that, recognition of human importance, most important. The success of complete management depends on human being. Why? By violating their sensibilities and feeling and ambition, success cannot be achieved. Their self-respect should always be maintained and behavior with them should be human. It means directing means to issue order and instruction to your employees, and you are going to take work from the live thing, from the human being. So wherever you trying to give any instruction or orders to your business employees, at that time your behavior with your employees is human. એમની પાસે માનવીય તમારે જે છે એ વ્યવહાર કરવાનો છે. અને as we have already discussed, there is one sentence to give importance to the human being, that is mind your man, man will mind everything for you. તમે તમારા માણસોને સાચવો, તમારા માણસો તમારું બધું જ સાચવશે. So these are the basic principles related to the direction. In our next video we are going to study the methods related to the direction